What's good, people? Good morning, good morning. It's about that time to regularly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So, look, we're talking about fight preparation and the styles that we use to win each fight. Okay, it varies, it's not the same thing. You have to change your style according to your opponent. That's what great fighters do. That's what the elite fighters do. And there's different levels to good and greatness. Everybody's not on the same exact level. Now, this conversation came up because of a comment that was made, and there were several comments made. People still trying to prove that Manny Pacquiao won the fight against Floyd Mayweather. Watch the fight in slow motion. Blah blah blah. Stupid, ignorant, dumb nonsense. I'm not gonna sit here. I could care less about what you watched. I don't have that. I have no interest in sitting here watching a fight. It's 36 minutes. Okay, action wise, I am not sitting here trying to waste time out of my life watching a fight in slow motion like I need to actually do that. No. Um, I don't care about opinions, man. Everybody has one. Okay. But it's overwhelming when people are so unrealistic and they're just so biased about their opinions. Um, Example, when Roy Jones Jr. fought against Antonio Tarver. Yeah, I'm rolling with Roy. I want Roy to destroy Antonio Tarver. First fight, we all know what happened. And I'm like, I remember going to work telling my coworkers, look, man, Roy Jones, he was tired. The weight loss and all of that, yeah, it got to him. It happens. For those who've never been in the gym, who've never had to make weight, don't know anything about it. They just understand from a fan's perspective that, oh, well, you're supposed to make weight, but when you get your when you know what, it's easy to criticize and talk trash, but when you get up off your butt and you have to actually do it yourself, that's when you get a whole new different respect for it, and you go, you know what, this is tough, man. It's not easy. People make things look easy because they do it all the time. You don't see the work going into it, and understand when you're watching training videos, you're watching edited training videos. You don't see everything. They just show you enough to make it interesting, and it's packaged that way. But it's tough, man. Especially when you have people fighting in weight classes that they're really 20, 25, 30 pounds bigger than, and they're cutting 30 pounds to make weight. That's their choice to fight at those weight classes. But it's work that goes into it, a lot of hard work, okay? Don't worry about it, man. I'm telling them, look, Roy did what he had to do. He won the fight, no doubt, because Tarver didn't do anything in the middle of the ring. All he did was every time Roy would get tired and go to the ropes. It's not like Tarver was backing him into the ropes, and Tarver would just throw punches. That's all. More than half of them was missing anyway. But he fought. He did what he felt like he had to do. Okay, rematch come. Hey, let's do it. Nobody, oh, nah, Roy shouldn't. No, whatever. Let's do it. Okay, by now maybe his body feels more comfortable, right? Well, he goes into the rematch. First round, he's winning the fight easy. Made it look easy, smacking Tarver up here and there, pop, touching him up. Second round, same thing. Guess what? Roy gets caught. Bam. He goes down. He gets up, but he's on his feet, wobbled, and hey, fight's over. He lost. And my reaction right now is what it was when I had. Damn. It was like when he lost, I'm like, damn. All right. All right. All right. He got that. That's what I did. He got that. Next day, what happened to your boy? I don't know. My boys are home sleeping. No, I'm saying Roy. What you mean? What happened? He lost. The fuck you want? What you want me to say? He lost. What happened? No excuses. He lost. Simple. Third fight, we saw what happened. He lost. So there's no when you and again, I'm not a fan of anyone. I'm an observer that respects and appreciates. That's it. I think Manny Pacquiao is a fantastic fighter. But my question to people who said Floyd didn't do anything, he made the fight boring. What you mean he made it boring? Floyd did exactly what he said he was going to do. I'm going to touch him up. I'm going to keep moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep that. Look, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what I always do. And I'm going to make it look easy. Y'all going to say, and he said, y'all going to say it was a boring fight, it's this and that. He said that way before they even fought. But he knows, you know what, Manny's quick on his hands and feet. He's awkward. Um, but I know how to beat this guy. Simple 1-2. He can't get past that. And I'm just as fast as he is, so he's not going to get past that. And Manny basically had no plan B, no plan C. They're talking about the guy from Boxing Physique made a video saying, "Oh, you notice how Floyd father keeps telling him to he have to throw the left hook, and you what's wrong with you? I don't know." Right. Just like Manny Pacquiao's corner was telling him, "Hey, you got to move your feet, man. You got to do this. You got to do that." They act like Manny Pacquiao had the perfect strategy and he got robbed. No, no. He threw more punches than Floyd. He throws more punches than everybody. But he missed more than half of those punches. He lost a unanimous decision. Okay, even Freddie Roach said Floyd won the fight. Definitely, he won the fight. Max Kellerman, who we know doesn't care for Floyd, says Floyd won the fight. He definitely won the fight. There's no question he won the fight. Okay, it's the Floyd haters that are saying Floyd lost the fight. And if you don't like a fighter, of course, and you're not honest, yeah, you biasly make excuses and you say this guy did this, he didn't do anything. Okay, well, Manny had a couple of bruises and scrapes on his face, so how the hell is Manny throwing all these punches and nothing is on Floyd's face? Floyd left the fight the way he came in. So, I mean, where was all those punches landing? So at the end of the day, all the excuses that people make and all of the biases, it's not about that, man. It's like when two guys go into the fight, your preparation, okay, is to give you the best advantage to win the fight. It's not a guarantee just because you train a certain way. But when you go in the ring and it's like, well, this is what I trained to do, but the fans are booing, so I'm just gonna let it all hang out. Then you go get knocked out, or basically just get hurt, injured, or something happens where because you're fighting stupid, get your jaw broke, whatever, whatever. What is the purpose of that? So you're telling me that my question to all these people that say these things about what a fighter should do and oh if it was me, it's not you. And most of you have never even hit a speed bag before, so or jumped a rope before, or did anything. Most of you don't even stretch. And you're saying this fighter should have did this and this, and he made it boring. So what did Manny Pacquiao do so special? He did nothing special. He had nothing other than the same thing that he always does. Tries to outquick you, tries to outwork you, jump in, jump out, and then it wasn't working. No matter what Boo Boy was telling him, and mind you, like Freddie Roach was so quiet in the corner. Boo Boy was doing all the talking, and then they had people from the Philippines that was translating what he was saying, and basically he was trying to tell him what to do because he clearly know he couldn't get to Floyd. If you listen to his to what he was telling Floyd, right, what they was translating that he was saying, so it was funny because it's like this guy's trying to make it sound like Floyd's corner is getting on him, but Pacquiao's corner is proud of him, like he's winning the fight or something. No, they were constantly trying, man, you got to do this, you got to use your footwork, you got to do this, you got to do that. But again, like I said, you never saw them massaging his shoulder, icing his shoulder down. Not one conversation. And I was just waiting to see. Let's just hear. And I knew it wasn't going to happen. Why? Because we never heard it at all until after the fight. Not once did you hear Boo Boy say any translation about, hey, I hurt my shoulder in the fight, man. You know, it pains me to throw punch. Nothing. Nothing. And he said he had a torn rotator cuff. I know 12 people personally that had torn rotator cuffs. And what they all had in common, not one of them could do this. Not one of them. Well, Manny was throwing fast, hard punches that whole fight. He just kept missing. Now, if you guys are trainers, would you train your fighter and say, listen, we got a lot of money on the table. There's a lot at stake here. And especially if we win this is just bigger paydays, man. And this is how we eat. This is what we do. This is our job to go out here and win fights. Or do you say, well, listen, man, no, it's about just going out here and fighting stupidly, giving your opponent the best chance that he has to win. So you know what? Instead of using your brilliant defense, your hand speed, and your chess-minded way of fighting, I want you to go out there and just play Monopoly. And whatever happens, happens. If you get knocked out, so be it. Is that what you train your fighter to do? Why do we strategize, and what's the purpose of watching films tape? Why do we study films? Let's see what our opponents do good. Let's see what they don't do good. Let's see what we're going to capitalize on and what our targets are going to be. Okay, that's what you watch films for. So you're going to do all that, but oh, the fans are booing, or the fans don't think I'm as good as I. If Floyd would have knocked Manny Pacquiao out, or if he would have just beat him all around the ring, like literally just, I mean, just, you know what they would have said? They would have found another excuse. Oh, Manny's too small. If they fought at lightweight, Manny would win. If they, it would always be another excuse. Okay, let's be look, doodle, boo boo, dookie, shit, whatever you want to call it. It comes in different colors and it comes in different sizes. It all stinks the same. It all stinks. And everybody always find that doodle, that stink to go to when they can't just say, you know what, he won. When he got knocked out by Marquez, all the Manny fans did the same. It makes, oh man, it was a lucky punch. He got lucky. Oh, he. Now if Manny would have knocked him out, yes, see, he knocked Marquez out. Nobody's ever did that to Marquez. So it was always excuses. I get nothing out of being biased. I get nothing out of saying this guy. No, if I felt like a guy lost, I'd say he lost. You know, I was the first one that said, what's the kid that when Manny went to his country and fought him and they robbed him? I was the first one that said Tim Bradley lost every fight to Manny Pacquiao. He lost every one of them. I don't see, in fact, in the first fight, when they're talking about people were saying, man, I gave Bradley 2 rounds. Okay, you guys are more generous than me because I didn't give Bradley any rounds in that fight. I thought Manny Pacquiao won a shutout against Tim Bradley. Second fight, he beat him again. Third fight, he beat him again. In fact, I never felt like Tim Bradley was good enough. Listen to me. I never felt that he was really good enough to beat Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather. I never saw him as that good. When he fought Marquez, Marquez was already losing some steps, and you understand what I'm saying? I felt like he's in that Keith Thurman league. He's in that Sean Porter. He's in that league of fighters. The next step down, or the next 2, 3, or 4 steps down. I never felt like he was in that same league with Manny Pacquiao. At the end of the day, I'm not a Floyd fan. I'm not a Pacquiao fan. I'm not a fan of any of them. I say it all the time because I want you to understand. I am not a fan of any of them. I'm nobody's fan at anything. I appreciate, I respect. I am not starstruck. I've seen many celebrities, famous people, and I walk right past them. I'm not, oh my, can I take a picture with you? That's not me. I'm not one of those guys. That's why as an interviewer, if I was an interviewer, um, you wouldn't get, from me, it wouldn't sound like, oh my God, I am honored. I can't believe I'm sitting in the presence of, oh, this is great. Oh my, no, it wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be that at all. I talk to whoever. I talk to Mike Tyson just like I'm talking to Mike the Milkman. You know, I talk to Anthony Joshua just like I talk to, Anthony the FedEx worker. We're all human beings, and there's no pedestals, man. There's no, oh my God, that's not me. I've never been that kind of person. Now, as a kid, you had your favorites to the point, like I say it again. When I was a kid, I thought Bruce Lee could beat anybody, and I'm talking a little kid, 5, 6, 7 years old. But when you start to fight yourself, or you start to get around fighters and start to see how things work and understand, and then this is movie fighting. This is not real fighting. This is choreographed. I remember when Bruce Lee was Enter the Dragon, he was doing all those flips, and then we come to find out that wasn't even Bruce Lee doing the flips. I think they said that was either Jet Li or Jackie Chan, but it wasn't Bruce Lee. Now, I don't know if he could do flips like that or not. I mean, if he could, why would they use a stuntman, right? Maybe to keep him from getting hurt just in case, but that wasn't even Bruce Lee, and people was watching and going, damn, look at that. Damn, look at that, man. That wasn't even Bruce Lee flipping, right? So we're giving people credit for things that they didn't even do. But what I'm saying is, growing up, I thought Bruce was that guy. Watching Ali, watching Ray Leonard, yeah, man, these guys, they could beat anybody. But you grow up, you mature, and there's a time we used to argue who was a better rapper, Big Daddy Kane or Rakim. I never argued. I just said, I like Kane better. No, man, right? Hey, you asked me who do I like better, right? I said Kane. Leave it at that. What do we argue? I'm not arguing with you. You like Rakim better? Nay, I'm not going to argue with you. You think he's a better rap? Hey, so be it. It's not going to change my opinion. It's not going to stop me from listening to Kane. I listen to both of them. I think they're both. I think they're both dope lyricists. Okay, and when you talk about top 10, top 5, and you want to put yeah, they're in. But I don't have an actual list to say, well, I think him. I don't even do that. I just really, I don't even care. And if only because I was asked the question. Other than that, if I listen to some Rakim right now, boom, let me, hey, you know what I'm saying? If I listen to some Kane right now, if I listen to Pop Smoke, you understand what I'm saying? That's how I do things. I enjoy, I observe. I don't care about who you think is better. That's not it. If it's a question, a conversation is one thing, but I don't even care to entertain those conversations. So no, there's no bias. So if you think, oh, but you Floyd Mayweather, no, I'm nobody's fan. But I don't think Floyd Mayweather lost that fight. I don't think Floyd lost to Castillo. I've watched all those fights. I think Floyd got touched against Castillo more because he hurt his right hand. He said, and he said he did, whatever. And he got touched more than we used to seeing him. But no fucking way do I think he lost the fight. And then, in fairness, okay, I think Ali lost the fight to Ken Norton that third fight. No way, shape, or form do I think Ali won that fight. They always said they give close fights to the champions. So why should it be any different? If that's the case, then why should it be any different for Floyd then? Because Castillo, what did Castillo do? Nothing. He stayed on him. He did. Floyd wasn't bust up, and what kills me is when you guys talk about how the guy was aggressive and he was dead. Okay, well, if he was hitting him all those times, where's the bruises and bumps and square? Where's all of this at? What happened? Especially for somebody that can punch, right? So my thing has always been, in fairness, man, you look at what happened and just be honest about the outcome of what you see. At the end of the day, I never felt like me saying a guy that I want to win. That would be like me, like example, when Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard fought, I was kind of like, I ain't gonna lie. I like Ray's flashiness. His boxing skill. And no, you know what? I'm gonna go with Ray. I think Ray won the fight, though. I'm not saying Ray won because I wanted him to win. I think Ray won the fight. I think Ray lost against Thomas Hearns in that rematch. Not that Thomas Hearns was dominant, but he did drop Ray, and I felt like he edged more rounds than Ray did, and I thought Hearns won. And Ray Leonard himself said, as far as I'm concerned, Ray Leonard won, Tommy Hearns won. What more do you want me to say? You understand? I don't get anything out of being biased. I don't work for any of these guys. There's no team. You don't see me wearing their pictures on my shirt. You see me wearing Marvel characters. That's what you see. You might see me wear a couple of DC characters. You don't see me wearing, hey, and yeah, I want to get a Bloodshot shirt. I love that character. You don't see me. I'm not a fan. Is what I don't care about all that. When these guys lose, I don't cry. I don't. Oh man, I can't. No, it's like I said. All right, next time. That's all you get from me. I don't care, man. I am not a fan of anyone's. So when we're doing film studies, when we're sitting there in training camps, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to beat this guy, just to go in there because you have some haters that want to see you lose, you want to cater to these guys. You want to, for every fighter that was on top, they leave the sport. Somebody else new comes in. Manny Pacquiao was still fighting. He just beat Keith Thurman not too long ago. We know that. And it's like, hey, man, kudos to you, man. You're still doing your thing. Hey. But you guys keep tying him to Floyd. Everybody that fights at welterweight, somehow you guys keep bringing Floyd up. Because you know what it is? And I'm not saying Floyd couldn't come back. He's only, 43? I'm not saying at all Floyd couldn't come back because Floyd stays in shape. And I'm not saying he couldn't come back and still beat these guys. I just don't see a reason for him to come back. Like, what else does Floyd have to prove? Manny's still fighting. Manny's still trying to shake that whole I lost to Floyd. Manny needs people to tell him you're better than Floyd. You know what, you accomplished, you won more titles. You know what, he still needs that. And by him fighting these younger guys, well, look, let's not be stupid, man. Manny just turned 40, 41? He's 41 now. Okay, he's younger than Floyd, but I never saw Keith Thurman or any of those guys the same way. Like I said, I see Tim Bradley, all these guys on the same level. I never, I don't think any one of them would have beat a prime Miguel Cotto. I don't think any one of them would have beat a prime Felix Trinidad. I don't think any one of those guys would have beat a prime Oscar De La Hoya. Okay? I do not see any of them. I don't see any of them beating a prime Castillo. I always felt like they was not on that same level as Floyd and Manny Pacquiao. Always. And I've said that from day one. I don't think Errol Spence said that he would beat Floyd. And hey, do I expect him to sit here and say, nah, Floyd would have beat me, man? Do I think he would have beat Floyd? No. But that's cool. I'm not Errol Spence. Errol Spence is supposed to feel like he can beat anybody. Sugar Ray Leonard said, at 62 years old, I feel like I can beat anybody. As a fighter, just feel I feel like I can even beat Mike Tyson, but do I think he beat Mike Tyson? No. Do I think at 62 he still has it? No. But it's okay for him to believe that. That's fine. So you never hear me attack fighters or say, I don't attack any of them. I just speak what I feel. But you don't hear me saying, oh, this guy said he could beat him. Oh, he's crazy. That guy would. Look, man, Shannon Briggs is a two-time world champion, right? Let's go, champ, right? You will never hear Shannon Briggs' name in a pound for pound or any greatest of all time heavyweights. Because Shannon Briggs won the titles, but he didn't get any real title defenses. He didn't do anything when he had the titles. He won them, but that's about it. And this is not a dig at Shannon Briggs. This is a reality. Okay? How can you put him in the same category with Holyfield, Mike Tyson, Ali, Klitschko? How could you put him in the same? You can't. Lennox Lewis. You can't put him in the same category. Now, if you say you like Shannon Briggs, I like Shannon Briggs as a fighter, man. I like, the funny thing about Shannon Briggs, the older he gets, the funnier he gets, man. And the thing is, he's inspirational because the dude is still fit. He gets in there and he's dedicated. I have nothing bad to say about Shannon Briggs. I have nothing bad to say about any of them. But if you point out something that a person is doing that stands out, that, you know what, I think this or that, we have the right to do that. But Shannon Briggs, as far as ranking him in terms of greatness, you can't. Winning the championship 2 times is an accomplishment in itself. Okay? It's an accomplishment in itself. But you got to rank him with guys like Burmester Verne, Charles Martin. You can't rank him with the all-time greats. And I like Shannon Briggs as a fighter. I don't know him personally, but he's a funny dude, man. His Instagram cracks me up, man. Watching him on YouTube, he's just a funny dude, man. But he's inspirational, you know what I'm saying? And he comes from that mold of, hey, man, look, his mindset is old school and he's dedicated to what he's doing. So he believes what he says, right? Okay. There's no favoritism. There's no favoritism, man. I got kids, man. I had to tell one of my kids, man, that for you to make the basketball team, you got to sharpen up. Got a kid down the street. I had to tell him the same thing, man. Like, this is what they're going to look for when you go for the team, man. You got to get. I'm not going to tell I love my kid. What the fuck? Well, how am I helping him if I'm letting him think what he has right now is good enough to make it on the team? It's not. So I have to tell him that, hey, no, you got to learn how to dribble with your left hand. You have to learn how to crossover. You have to learn how to control and protect the ball. How do you get to the hoop? Pass when you need to. You have to understand. That's what this is not the same as shooting out in front of the house or just going to a playground playing with a bunch of cage players. This is not the same. He understands that. The wrong thing for me to do is what? Let's go, champ. Yeah, son. There you go. Knowing damn well, all right, yeah, he's not good enough. So I get nothing out of sitting here why am I trying to protect Roy Jones or any of I don't know these guys personally. Like I said, I respect what they've done and I appreciate what they've done. So when you hear me say things like I don't think Mike Tyson should come back and get boosted over everybody else, I mean that. What the fuck has Mike Tyson done? He been fucking fought in 15 years, man. What has he done that he just deserved to come in and boost? But this wasn't Mike Tyson saying any of it. This is the fans. The people who create these channels and come up with this false content and then asking stupid ass questions like, who should Mike fight first? Mike is talking about 4-round exhibitions. According to Shannon Briggs, because I still haven't heard Mike say anything. According to Shannon Briggs, who was interviewed by someone from IFL or whatever TV that it's 4 rounds, and then Mike is asking for $25 million, right? According to Shannon. Who is going to give a 53-year-old man, I don't care what his name is, 53-year-old man, $25 million for a 4 round exhibition? Who's going to do that? And then on top of that, who is his opponent going to be? Who is going to? Hey, Mike, we want you to fight Gordon Shumway Buckshot Mukai, okay? 25 million for this nobody, this no name. Who's going to do that? And it's a 4 round exhibition. Guys are not making $25 million. You think? Listen, Dylan White ain't making $25 million to fight 12 round wars with guys like Chisora, Joseph Parker, okay, Anthony Joshua. You got guys that's right now that the most popular guys are not making $25 million, and because of what Mike's reputation from his namesake, his legend, he's going to come back and somebody's going to give him $25 million. Get real, man. So I said, if he's fighting guys like Holyfield, somebody in his age group, that makes a lot more sense. And again, he's talking about 4 round exhibition, not coming back full time as a fighter. And all these people that lost their goddamn minds talking about Mike Tyson looking better than ever. Mike's going to do them. I'm telling you, Mike, this is a more focused Mike. Why? Because you saw him hitting mitts? We can gather all this from somebody hitting mitts. Okay. Well, I'm going to wear a shirt that says I'm a billionaire. Let's see how many of you believe it. Just because I have a t-shirt that says it. No, I don't really have it. I'm just making an example, though. If I did, oh, that dude's a billionaire. How you know? His shirt says it. Anyway, like I said, man, we're talking about fight strategies. You'd be a shit trainer if you're going to teach your fighter to fight according to boos and cheers. Okay? I guarantee you, if you're a Mexican guy and you go to fight somebody from Ghana and you're in Ghana, I bet you the people from Ghana is not going to cheer for that Mexican guy. You know what? I got to change my style so they'll like me. It's your job to win the fight or get boos or cheers. And you know that bullshit that people say? This guy won more fans in defeat than he would in a win. So we reward guys for losing fights now. When Sugar Ray Leonard fought Duran the first time, you know why Sugar Ray lost that fight? Because Duran got in his head. The psychological warfare. Duran won. Cursing him, cursing his wife, disrespecting this guy. And Ray Leonard went there, I'm going to beat him at his own game. You know what? And he went there and fought stupidly. So I commend his heart. I commend any fighter that steps in the ring that has the heart to go in there and actually fight. But would you have advised Ray Leonard to do that? As his trainer, would you have said, we're going to go in here, we're going to fight his fight? No, Ray, stick and move. Do what you do. Do what makes you Ray Leonard. You box a fighter, you fight a boxer. Duran's not a guy you want to stand there and bang with. It's not going to be to your best interest. So because he went out and fought stupidly and got a loss, that makes him more respectable and more commendable. And then people say dumb things like Floyd doesn't know how to lose. So we can't rank him as pound for pound because we don't know how he reacts in defeat. Which is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard, man. Someone is so good that he finds a way to beat everybody. And yet we can't rank him because we don't know how he reacted to. Man, I mean, that's just pure hate, ignorance, jealousy, stupidity. You guys, when you say dumb things like that, I don't wish to see anything bad happen to any of these guys. I just call it the way I see it. So if we're going to say, like even Pacquiao beating Keith Thurman, here's the funny thing. I looked at a lot of comments on these channels where all you guys that was talking about Thurman was going to win. If you could find my comments, I clearly said, I think Pacquiao beats Keith Thurman easily, man. I think he makes it look like a sparring match. Nah, man. Yo, you sleeping on Thurman? Yep. Comfortably, too. I'm snoring on this motherfucker. Because I don't see him beating Manny Pacquiao. And it's funny how when it happened, all of y'all jumped right on the Manny Pacquiao bandwagon. No, man. So if I had anything against, I don't know these people. Why would I have anything against this guy? At the end of the day, the point what I'm saying, I never saw these guys on his level. And at 40 years old, it's just a number, man, right? That's what you say. Age is just a number. Well, he showed you at 40. So if he Manny Pacquiao didn't improve as a fucking fighter. He's the same fighter he's been. So if Keith Thurman can't beat him at 40, what are you guys going to say? Because I've heard some people say Keith Thurman, this ain't the same Keith Thurman. See, when Keith Thurman was, he should have fought Keith when Keith was hungry. When Keith, look, stop this bullshit, man. These motherfuckers are 10 years apart, and you guys are the ones making excuses for Keith Thurman, not me. I clearly said Manny Pacquiao makes this look easy, and boy, did he ever make it look easy. So again, when I say Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, all these guys, I don't see them on the same level as Floyd and Manny. Okay. So him beating him at 40 years old, I wasn't even shocked about it. I just never saw these guys as being as good as they talk. Keith Thurman's a great talker. If you listen to him, he sounds like he has a game plan for everybody. And he himself is just a symbol of excellence in that ring. I don't have anything against Keith Thurman. I'm just being honest. I don't know these guys that have anything against them. You have people that say things that they're just not likable. They have a character that come across as cocky, arrogant, and just talk too much about things. But at the end of the day, you don't strategize. You don't take training camp just to go in the ring to try to satisfy a bunch of beer drinking, cursing, hollering, swearing. Yeah, oh, fucking, he. That's not what it's about. And if that's the way you train your fighters, you'd be the most garbage trainers. And if you were fighters yourselves, and then you decide you're going to fight Timothy Bradley, use him for example. Timothy Bradley, he retired early. I heard people say Floyd career ended too early. No, he's 38. He's bullshit. That's bullshit. Like I said, Marciano was 32. Marciano, I didn't hear anybody say Marciano career ended too early. You know, and he was 32. If you don't feel it no more, that's when you get out. When you feel like it's time, you know it's time. Floyd just managed to do it and be 50-0, just like Marciano 49-0. Okay. At the end of the day, Timothy Bradley said he retired because he didn't want to do any more damage to his brain than he did. Do you think it matters because somebody have you in a certain regard as a fighter? There's nobody who thinks Tim Bradley is pound for pound greatest fighter. There's many people that's better than Timothy Bradley. And people know this. So for Tim Bradley, for him, when he fought guys, for example, like Provodnikov, and he's in there taking this bomb in the guy's face, is it, why are you standing there taking bombs when you don't have to? If I was his trainer, I'm like, what are you doing? Stick and move. Use your head, man. Turn your shoulder. Like, do the things we train to do. Why are you standing there letting this guy punch you in your face like that? Why? When you're a much better boxer than he is. Well, I don't want the people to think I'm boring. Seriously, guys. So anyway, that's all I want to say on this video. I will catch y'all on the next one.